Hey everybody, it's the YHWH Nomad with YHWH Resiliency. So, what are we going to talk about this week? I don't know. Let's talk about tornadoes. We can talk about the Russian coup of Wagner Group, which, distractions, whatever. You know, I just, welcome to the circus, folks. Welcome to the circus. Let's move this a little closer. Here we go. So I'm not so far away from you. You don't need to read the shirt because we all know I'm the Alpha variant. Sorry about COVID, y'all. No. ATF. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, I'm rambunctious tonight. So, ways that you can help the show grow, and yes, I'm going to be posting up more of this stuff because do you go to your job and do you do it for free? Do you? Okay, neither do I. I do this for free. This is something that I eventually do want to grow to something that is more than just a hobby on the weekend. YHWH Resiliency, for those of you that might be wondering, is basically the business side. I am working on turning YHWH Resiliency to an LLC. Eventually, I do want to turn it into a 501(c) or 501c3. I want to eventually turn it into a nonprofit, and yes, that is my goal, is to turn YHWH Resiliency into a nonprofit. I want it to be basically designed to help with disaster relief, feeding those that, setting up basically a food tent, setting up a field kitchen for those directly affected by a disaster. And then eventually, if we can do more like debris recovery, stuff like that, and help. Definitely, sorry, yes, he's moving around again. Trying to get comfortable in this chair. Definitely search and rescue. I have a lot of medical knowledge. I'm not going to say extensive. I do have medical knowledge. TCCC. I can actually teach TCCC. I am currently finalizing my EMT training so I can get my certification as an EMT, all that good stuff. So, ways that you can support the show. Check out the description. There are links to Refuge Medical. That, with your purchases, if you buy something through Refuge Medical through that link, it allows YHWH Resiliency to earn points toward a stomp bag. That is a field hospital in a bag. If you purchase Blackout coffee from Blackout Coffee Company, because what do we love? We love Kofifi. I know that drives you all nuts. That's why I do it. Also, you need antibiotics, or you need a years-long prescriptions that you can store in the event of, I'm going to start doing the CP prepper thing. In the event of a shift in the Panamanian paratroopers are coming at you, you need to have your antibiotics. You got to have your plate carrier, your night vision. They're coming for you. Now, actually click on the thing, go to Jace Medical, get some antibiotics. Store them. You don't have to buy fish antibiotics. You can actually get actual antibiotics. We are working on some other companies as well. I am waiting for a response. Sadly, I think I'm way too small for Nutrient Survival to let me do affiliate links. But we're 4 minutes in. What do I want to talk to you about tonight? Some true, actual self-reliance prepper stuff. That's what I want to talk about. Homeschooling. Yeah, most of you don't get that on a prepper channel, and then there goes all the clicks to leave. But before you leave, please like, share, subscribe, please. Oh, ring that bell for the notification so you know when I post a video. I think that's something I'm supposed to say. Homeschooling. Many of you may or may not know that my wife and I actually homeschooled our daughter. Our daughter now is 33. She will be 34 this year. I'm not going to tell you when because, yeah, people are weird on the internet. Hi, I'm on the internet. Oh, sorry. We homeschooled her. And things you have to take into consideration. The one thing my wife, I went into this big story, you want to make sure you do this. And she goes, need to check with your local state's regulations on the, not rules, but the requirements. What do they have to know? Do you have to actually have a recording of all their tests? Do they actually have to go through state testing? These are things you have to check with your state. You know my opinion of the state, we'll leave it at that. Big Daddy government wants to make sure that you're educating your children appropriately. But please check with your state, your local state rules. Federal, we don't have to worry about because it's a state-based thing. So we actually started teaching our daughter when she was honestly probably like 3.5, 4, mostly 4. We started with your basics, ABCs, your numbers. We also, first, I don't know why, but we decided we were going to teach her to count to 10 in 5. Not one language, but 5 different languages. 5, count them, 5. 5 different languages, that's right. Our daughter could count to 10 in English, French, parlez-vous en français? That's my wife's side. Japanese, Vietnamese. Vietnamese was thanks to her grandpa. Her, my side, Dad, because he could speak Vietnamese. And there was a 5th one, and I want to say Spanish. It was probably Spanish because we lived in Colorado, makes sense. So there you go. English, French, Japanese, Vietnamese, and Spanish. She could count to 5. I handled history, science, civics, self-defense. Yes, self-defense. You taught your daughter how to fight? Yes, I did. Because the world's a scary place. That was before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and all that stuff came out. Honestly, if you're going to homeschool, great PE, rock climbing. My daughter, we enrolled her, competition rock climber when she was in junior high through high school. She was a competition rock climber. And she placed first quite a bit. Dad's proud. Now, also, we taught her, at the time, we taught her Aikido and other martial arts forms. Won't go into my history of martial arts and how I used to actually teach it when she was a wee little baron. My wife handled English, math, and then the family actually helped too. My parents, for a Christmas present for her or for us, I don't know who it was for, got that hooked on phonics. Yes, because when we homeschooled, there was no internet. We had to go down to a store called the Teacher's Helper. My wife had to do research on the syllabus, lesson plan building. You can't just teach, but her classes were not, you're going to sit down here for 45 minutes and do math. No, it was throughout the day. It was all the time. It was 7 days of learning. It wasn't 8 hours of listening to, it wasn't 8 hours of being obedient to a bell to train you to be a perfect little factory drone. That's our EduPrison system. It's training people to be drones. And now it's not even training them to do that. We have way too many people pushing their personal agendas and calling themselves teachers. And more people found out during COVID, hey, I can do this shit at home. And I'm sorry, but going to K-12.com is not homeschooling. That's bringing school into your home. So if you're trying to actually get away from schooling in a school system and you want to teach them your values and stuff like that, you need to write the lesson plans. You need to do the research, and you're going to teach them how the structure is. And some people do it, we're doing it because we don't want our child whoring in Babylon. That wasn't our reason. Where we lived was a horrible, dangerous school district. Go Denver Public Schools. Didn't want my daughter being in that system. I really didn't. I didn't think it was safe. I didn't think she would learn much. So we decided that we were going to homeschool. And it had nothing to do with religion, because at that time I wasn't I wasn't spiritual. I didn't follow a church. I didn't follow a religion at that time. I studied Eastern philosophies at that time, and we taught her Eastern philosophies. We taught her Anglo-Saxon religions. We taught her Christianity. We didn't really touch upon Judaism then, because I wasn't at that point. Not that I'm Jewish. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're Jewish since you follow Torah. No, I read the Bible and I do what it says. I'm not a Jew. I'm not Messianic. I follow the Bible. I do not subscribe to anything. Oh, so you're non-denominational. The words, they're wild. No, I read the Bible, I do what it says. That's it. And yes, I read it every single day. So, when we taught her, we didn't incorporate any of that. It was math, reading, writing, arithmetic. That's what it was. This is your math. This is your algebra. This is how the Constitution works. This is the Declaration of Independence. Sorry, ow, I folded my eye under, ouch, sorry. I have the itchies in the face because of allergies. So we taught her that, definitely taught her computers. We taught her how to, because the internet was starting, we were getting the AOL and the CompuServe discs and stuff at that time. But mostly, as she got older, the internet became more and more of a thing. And since I was actually involved in it, and I was a college instructor as she was growing older, I taught her that stuff as well: video production, Flash, graphic design stuff. And that was what it was. I mean, we made sure she had a well-rounded education of things that we thought were right. We taught her how to research things, not just have something given to you. Homework assignments were like, oh, you want to know about that? You need to research it and write us about it. Tell us about it. So there was a lot of self-learning. And this type of structure works great for children with autism or spectrum or whatever they call it now. I'm not going to go down that thing. No disrespect meant to it, but everyone changes names every week on everything, and I just really I'm over it. So the education now, obviously, if you're going to do a religious backing with your school, you'll have probably temple, Shabbat, you'll go, you'll have your little church thing, or you'll have them go to church. Getting them involved in sports. There's a lot of after-school sports that you can sign them up for. Reading clubs, book clubs, get them off the internet. Just get them actually socializing, doing things. There's all sorts of summer events that you can sign them up for. Even some schools will let homeschoolers participate in like their sports teams and stuff like that. You gotta check with your local school though to see if they will. Other than that, that's kind of all I can really think about. My wife is probably cringing at some of the things I said or did. Just welcome being married. No. She's like, you forgot to tell him this. Well, you should have yelled at me. So, but let's see what else. That's pretty much it. You definitely want to check with your local laws with homeschooling. It takes both parents. Not just, I'm the man, I'm going to have the wifey do it. No, it takes both of you. Or I'm the wife and I'm going to make him do it. It takes both of you. It's a great learning experience because most likely husband and wife teams, one is better at something than the other, and the person that's better should be teaching it. So reading, writing, arithmetic, cursive, history, how to research, how to question. That was a big thing we always did with our daughter. Always question. At certain ages, that does backfire because they question everything you do, but it's part of them becoming adults. And you're not raising children, raise adults. You're raising adults. You're not raising children. That's one of the biggest freaking problems that we have in society is raising children. No, you're raising adults. Adolescence never used to exist. You went from childhood to adulthood. There was no in-between BS. Kind of need to go back to that because we have way too many 32-year-olds sitting at home acting like children. So with that, remember, raise good adults. And as always, watch your six. I'm the White Coat. Oh no, he said his name. I used to. I'm the White Coat Nomad with White Coat Resiliency. Like, share, subscribe, hit the little bell. Buy stuff. Capitalism. Go commerce. See you till next time.